This is not a dramatic football match because the score is 6-0. This black boy has lost his temper. He takes his shoes off and throws them out of the field, while everyone outside is laughing at him. But he's still calm. The sound of the whistle marks the beginning of the game. Pele closes his eyes to stay focused. Then he opens his eyes to start the match. He leads the ball, gets it and lifts it. He easily surpasses his opponents, uses both his legs to lift the ball up, finally scores a beautiful goal by the head of his foot. The audiences are extremely surprised. None of them could have expected that the barefoot boy that was laughed at before could become a legend, a king of football later. This moment marks the beginning of his road to become a legend. His name is Pele. It's not his real name, because it's just a nickname that the rich have used to mock him. They have always bullied and insulted him. Consequently, he cannot stand anymore. He has a fight against them. That is the first time he uses violence. The poor children like him only have one passion, football. That is the first year Brazil gets into the final match of World Cup. The whole country is full of hope. Unfortunately, they lose. His father cries. So does him. He confidently claims that he will help Brazil win the championship. He is such a small boy with a big dream. A short time later, he joins the youth champion without telling his mother. His mom strongly objects. She does not want him to play football, because her husband used to be a football player. After a serious knee injury, he lost his career and became a normal worker. Despite the strong objection from his mother, Pele does not listen to her. To buy the football shoes, Pele and his friends steal peanuts from the farm. The farmers try to catch the boys, so they hide in a cave near the river. Heavy rain makes the cave collapse. Pele is lucky to get out, but his friend is not. He really regrets. He thinks the death of his friend results from his dream to compete. Therefore, he gives up his passion for football. To bring the son's ambition back, Pele's father picks a mango. He performs many football skills using the mango as a ball. The cheering and support from father awake his passion again. Pele restarts playing football. His father teaches him the techniques of Brazilian team, as well as the passion and perseverance. He gradually immerses in those amazing things. 5 years later, Pele is now a young man. His skills are getting better and better. He is also targeted by the national team's coach. He invites him to the Santos club. It is his entrance to the national team. He vows to use his talents to join the national team, but he does not know that during training, his coach only accepts the European technique. His way of playing football is so technical and beautiful that he is always criticized. The final lineup does not include him. Neither does the junior team. His name is listed in the youth team instead, because he is not accustomed to this technique. He cannot even score a penalty. Finally, his team lost 0-3. His spirit quickly declines, making him hit his teammate. When he is not sober, he seems to see his father's image. After that, he stands up and starts using the techniques taught by his father. In the moment, all the audiences are amazed. In the pitch, the small black young man gently jumps up. He catches the ball with his chest, then carrying it by the back of his foot. Regardless of the coach's directions, he himself is playing with the ball confidently. He kicks the ball up right in front of 3 opponents' faces. He then flips his body in the air. Such an unbelievable scene. Eventually, he uses his foot to score a goal with a volley. In this time, the useless person is now a hero. The coach's face is so serious. It seems like he will scold him, but he says, "Do it again." With his trainer's permission, he becomes so comfortable. Now, the pitch is his performance stage. At the end of the game, he has scored 4 goals. He then becomes famous. In just half a season, Pele is the #1 player that gets other teammates' attention. He moves straight from the youth team to the official team. He meets excellent teammates. He gets dreamlike goals. Hence, he is actually the star of his team. The name Pele is now very popular throughout the country. Shortly afterwards, he is selected to the Brazil national team. But the history happens again. The coach does not accept his style of playing football. That style led to the consequence that they lost the World Cup final in 1950. Therefore, everybody hates that style, claiming that it is not effective. The coach does not want to repeat the history again. He has to be on the bench. He also has to defeat Mazzola to get a position. Mazzola is the one who insulted him and gave him the name Pele. When Pele cannot use his normal way, he gets a little doubt. This suspicion results in his distraction, unfortunately leading to his knee injury. He is now the criticized sinner. A short time later, he goes to Sweden. This place is the host for World Cup 1958. However, he can only watch his team play. The first match of the group stage, Brazil defeats Australia 3-0. The second match is a draw 0-0 against England, but after the match, 3 injured players have to leave the field and cannot continue playing, because the next match is against a strong opponent, Russia. The coach has no way but sending out Pele to the field. As it is his first time at the World Cup, Pele feels extremely stressed. His mind is so empty. It is because he is forced to play. The strong tension makes him lose his temper. He is hit by the Russian players who are much stronger. Nevertheless, Brazil wins the match thanks to Garrincha's goal. The rival in the semi-final is France. Pele is like a man without soul, because he cannot use his signature style. During the break, Pele meets Mazzola, who is now injured and will be replaced by Pele. Mazzola unexpectedly advises him your technique is really beautiful and effective. That's what we need now." Back in the game, Pele gets the ball. He carefully watches his teammates, his opponents, and all the audiences. In this moment, he is awake. He is the black man who has a World Cup debut. He is the man laughed by others. They told he was so small and had no talent, but he did not notice all those things. In the second half of the semi-final, the useless boy starts showing his skills. He plays with skillful moves and magical foot. It is like he is dancing with the ball. After lifting the ball, he jumps up and creates a volley kick that the goalie cannot catch. In this moment, all the audiences watching the TV or the teammates in the field are extremely happy. The Europeans look disappointed. They blame it on misfortune, but right afterwards, he scores the second goal. Everyone cannot believe it. Then, he continues holding the ball, and then gives a kick that brings them the third point in 25 minutes. The arrogant European players are defeated. The young Brazil team finally can be able to beat a strong team like France. They go straight to the final, which is a difficult match. In the final, they will face a giant, Sweden. The Swedish players surpass the Brazilian ones regardless of experience or technique. No one thinks that there will be a remote chance for Brazilian to win. His father tells Pele that he cannot let the suspicion blind him. He has to be confident in himself and trust his teammates. To prepare for the final match, Pele suggests everyone practicing ball lifting. They start lifting the ball from the dining room to the kitchen. They are making a mess. Are they all crazy? The coach is also changing. He gives up all his tactics. He let his player do their way. He wants them to conquer the top of the football world. In the World Cup final, millions of Brazilian football fans are following. They are hoping for a miracle. After the beginning whistle, Pele is knocked over while leading the ball. The Swedish team steals the ball and passes through the defenders. They score the first goal for the game. The Europeans are excited. They all think that Brazil will lose. This moment, Pele looks up to the audience stands. Only a few supporters are cheering for his team. A fire starts burning inside Pele. They have to prove their strength to the world no matter what happens. Pele leads the ball forward. His excellent technique makes everyone astonished. After a fake shot to deceive the opponents, he passes the ball to his teammate. Then a goal overwhelms the Swedish team. That's when the Brazilians start cheering. Pele is the motivation of his team. It is followed by the second goal, the third, the fourth, and the fifth goal. Tears are in every fan of the Brazilian team. Now, the Europeans do not underestimate the Brazilians anymore, they admire them so much. Brazilians finally defeats the Nordic giant 5-2. They also create a new history. A man's endeavor creates fires in billions of people. This 17-year-old young man uses his amazing football playing skills to open a new era of a legend, creating the name, the King of Football Pele. After all, he can prove to the world that even an ordinary person can become a legend.